All right, guys, welcome. If you're seeing this, the video has moved to a new location. The only reason I'm doing this is this channel is going to be more of my creative woodworking channel. Also, I have some new audio equipment, so I wanted to make this a fresh audio. Sounds a lot better. So yeah, we're going to do this. So cornhole DIY. It's really simple. We're going to cut the boards. You want to make sure that your box is a 4x2. That's the regulation size. I use pocket holes here, and that's perfectly fine. You can use pocket holes, you can use external screws. There's a few different ways to do it. Just make sure that when you're screwing it in that everything is square. You can see that I'm using a carpenter square, a big framing square here. And that's just because the pre-sized 2x4 sheets that you buy to throw on top of this are going to be square, so you want to make sure that your base is square with that. As you can see, I'm using pocket screws along with the 3/4 inch plywood to attach it here. Another good option to do that is to make your box with the plywood laying on the ground so that you know that your box is completely square. All right, so for the center hole, it's going to be right in the middle, obviously 12 inches down, or 12 inches across and 9 inches down, and just mark the center. If you don't have a hole saw, which is the best way to do this, and my new method of doing this, then you want to mark 3 inches around your center point 4 ways, drill a hole, and use a jigsaw. But if you're going to be making a couple of these, I highly recommend a 6-inch hole saw. Get it on Amazon. It makes it quick and painless, and it takes about 3 minutes to do both boards, whereas this took me probably a half an hour with shaving it down and making sure it was perfect. All right, so for the legs, you want to round out the corners so that it can hinge nicely, and then you're going to use carriage bolts to secure it in there. So you're going to mark the center of your hole here, and this is where your carriage bolt is going to go in. Give yourself a little bit of gap. As you can see, I've got a board back behind there. So I clamp it and put the carriage bolt through the hole that I just drilled. Don't worry about any blowout. The carriage bolt is going to put that back in. So tighten it up, and then what I like to do is use Loctite on the nut just to lock it in place once I've got it done. Now make sure that over the years of opening and closing it, it does not open and get loose, and then you got a mess on your hand because you can't find the nut to your carriage bolt. Last part, this is the fun part. This is where you're decorating it. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can paint it, you can use tape to do intricate designs. Me, I love to do wood burning, and the more intricate designs that you have, you either use stencils or you can hand draw it with a wood burning tool. You can also use a blowtorch. This one, someone asked for a detailed Denver Broncos logo, so I did that by hand because I didn't have a stencil. Each board is going to be unique. As you can see there, it looks great. Then you're going to do the top coat. The top coat is important. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can do polyurethane, which is what I did here. You can do polyacrylic, which is used for the inside of cabinet drawers to waterproof them. Either way is fine. I tend to go with the polyacrylic now that I've done it a few times. I think it just works better and it comes out a little bit smoother, but don't sand it too much or else it's going to be too slippery. And there you have it, cornhole.